So let's continue here. When we talk about pre-warm load balancer, we're talking about its ability to handle high traffic. You have to open a support ticket to AWS, so it's gonna help you you're gonna help them to understand what kind of feature exactly you will need into your Elastic Load Balancer. They are gonna ask you what time you're gonna expect this kind of traffic, which kind of is going to be a range of IPs that are going to be requesting your load balancer, something like that. Which region your Elastic Load Balancer is deployed. These are important things that you have to fill in your AWS support request. Okay, so the next thing you can think of is the scheduling scale. It's actually just automated way that you can think of scaling inside your auto scaling group for your instances. You just have to. You can think of a cron job, okay? You can think of putting these instances to just be prepared at a specific time, okay? So you can actually do this way. These two things they can build together: the pre-warming elastic load balancer and the schedule scale. Because when we think of pre-warming the elastic load balancer, uh, we are actually uh, we are actually using the ability of the elastic load balancer to accept a high income of traffic. Okay, but we have also to be prepared for our instances to be ready to handle this increase in traffic that our elastic load balancer is going to be able to handle. Okay, so the next thing, if we think of this kind of scenario or to handle these spikes in traffic, we can think of the lightweight AMI, because if you have a lightweight AMI, uh, the, the smaller our image is going to be, the faster it's going to be deployed. Okay, it's going to be able to be ready to be deployed. Okay, and the next step that I think I can say is a good approach is to think of putting a let's say RDX proxy. What is that? When you have a connection to, let's say, your Lambda is trying to make connection to your RDS database, you can think of, okay, my Lambda, for example, or my EC2 instances that are going to be, all of them are going to be scaled. So I'm going to be having a lot of instances. So they're going to be, each one is going to be trying to make connection to this database. So instead of making this kind of the direct connection to each one of them to this database, and we can avoid some kind of overhead. We can just think of the RDS proxy, because it's going to be in the middle, okay, exactly like a proxy, and it's going to be handling this kind of connections. So let's say if you have a connection coming, uh, the normal way of doing things is to open a connection for the request and then closing the connection right after. No, when you think of RDX proxy, it's going to be handle things like, okay, I have a connection open here. I'm going to be expecting more connections from other instances. Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to keep this open. Okay. So this is a good way to also thinking of handle these kinds of spikes in traffic.